Hey there, fellow Factorians. Owners here with another episode of Let's Learn Factory Town. Now, I have been playing with the sound settings, so do let me know. Do let me know how we're going here as I'm trying to get these things right, because you know sometimes I feel like it's going to clip out, but we'll see what happens. All right. Well, we in the last episode, we got everything for the tech level 5, and this gives us access to advanced logistics. I really want to research and at some point play with. We've also got our intermediate medicine, so I think we can actually make one of the better medicines now already. Deep mining allows placement of mine shafts that can produce resources from depleted mineral nodes. That's interesting. Steam engines, mechanical rail. We have to look at rails at some point. So I think over here we've got 100 metal rail ready to go. We need to look at steam engines. Blah 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 blah. Because that's right, we've got all these mana crystals slowly being mined up here. Are they still mining? Yeah, they're still mining. There we go. 44, 45, 46. Interesting split. An interesting split. All right. And got to check too. Our next requirements are the metal conveyor belt, which I'm pretty sure we could probably just research and build. It's an interesting requirement. Is you can do cloth belts to save like 3 iron plates, or you could just pay in iron, which obviously makes it easier to build. But if you've got a lot of cloth belts already produced, it's a good way to, I guess, reduce the load on the iron. And then from our medicine, we can make antidotes. Now, we don't have the sugar. Do we have sugar somewhere on the map? Let's have a look. I don't know if there's a find function. What is this over here? Air stones. Yep. Sugar. I honestly don't even know what sugar looks like. Potatoes, tomatoes, tomato. Wheat. Oh, there we go. Okay, sugar. We have some sugar available over here, which is honestly, it's just really annoying. Whereas we can just plant. Some sugar, can't we? You know what? Maybe we'll plant it over here. Is that still going to be within range of one of these? No. Well, you can also upgrade. Yeah, we'll spend that 500 blue coins now. It does upgrade the range. Okay, that's actually really good to know. That's one of the upgrades. We can upgrade again, but that costs 2k. No. Basically no, but having this extra range, look at the size of that range now. That's amazing. Can we upgrade these buildings? No, we cannot. Oh, that's a little disappointing. All right. So we just got to make sure we have all the houses. So it might, at some point when we get more houses, we may have to move some of this production out of town. It's interesting though, like some of the production is actually not required anymore. Because if we go to metal conveyor belts, basically just from iron ore, we won't need to worry about the cloth conveyor belts or the metal conveyor belts. I can't even remember where our conveyor belt production is. Let's it over here. So this is a wooden conveyor belts. We're not dropping it anywhere. So cloth conveyor belts have to be made somewhere where we're making cloth, surely. Somewhere where we're making cloth. So that's cloth for books. This cloth here is going into here, which is making, cloth conveyor belts. All right. So that could disappear. In fact, this is only being supplied. Well, it is being supplied for wooden wheels as well. Yeah, well, maybe we won't. Yeah, okay, all right. Lots of things to consider. Let's have a quick look at let's have a quick look at our research. All right, cargo ships. I guess that's going to be similar to how a boat was an increase in a caravan was an increase in the wagon. The cargo ship, I'm assuming, would be an increase in that. Now, the harvester drill does cost 1,000 research and 1,000 red coins. The red coins not so much, but the industrial research is very expensive. We definitely want to unlock that and that so that we can actually have the requirements here for our next tech. Deep mining we can't afford. Jewelry we could afford. It is required for magic jewelry, so maybe we'll just hold off on that. Advanced logistics I really want to get to. I also want to get to this, which requires steam engine, which is actually really cheap, so let's get that. And that allows us to build the steam locomotive. And rail freight cars are required by steam locomotive first. Oh, yeah. Steam locomotive research, yes, and rail freight cars. Okay, so this will allow us to actually transport some really good goods. Okay, so we've got kind of our bulk goods, and then we've got regular goods. All right, that's really interesting. Let's see what is required to actually make those things. So they are our iron wheels, which we have, and whoa, my goodness, that's a lot of iron plate, isn't it? And this one requires reinforced. So do we have iron plate itself actually in a barn anywhere? We do. We have 50. I am going to upgrade this. Because we probably want to have a few more of those things being stored, and likewise, a few more of those things. All right, that'll give us 100 iron plate. 100 nails is... I mean, I wish we could reduce the... set a limit on how much this is, but you know what? We probably can. I wonder, can we get advanced logistics? No, we can't. All right, it's very expensive. Do we have access to Industrial Knowledge Tome 3? No, that is Tech Level 6. All right, that's okay. So this is as good as we can get with Industrial Knowledge. But our book supply is struggling a little bit because of paper. All right, and what's paper supply is because of wood. So that just means we bump this guy up. We should have some more wood. Let's go another one. Make sure we have enough. There we go. All right. And every now and again we're getting the double, which is nice. So that should get our paper supply back up. Our book supply back up to a better rate. All right. Okay. I think that's kind of sorted. Let's focus on teching up before we do the rails. I really want to have some rails. We can run a rail line out here, can't we? We just do a single rail line. I don't like the single rail line because then you can only have one cart going on it, and it's going to take a lot of rail to actually get out here. So honestly, how much rail do we have at the moment? This one, we almost have. We're not backed up, so we can let that grow for a little bit longer, and then we can probably have a play. Or we could just have a play, couldn't we? Let's have a play. I mean, what else are we doing other than fucking around? So I want to build some metal rail. Let's build some rail. Metal rail, yes please, and we'll pop this one here. I don't even know what that symbol does. Let's have a quick check. That is a select columns. Select blocks. Alright, whatever. We're not doing it. So I'm thinking if we run a line like directly through here, we can get to access to kind of all of these resources at some point in the future. Will be quite nice. So what we should do, however, I'm thinking like, do we flatten some of this terrain and do like a rail pass? Probably. Let's see if we can get the flattened terrain down. Pop it in here. No, we can't. All right. So if I click on that, there we go. All right. That was quite expensive, wasn't it? Just for one line. And then another line there. Actually, maybe it wasn't as expensive as I thought. I thought we had like 20k red coins, but really I spent a few on the research. That's what it was. All right. Okay, so metal rail. Metal rail comes in. We're going to have an unloading kind of thing here. So let's think Factorio-like. And let's get our remove resources, remove these trees. We'll harvest our way through those trees. And now do we build a bridge over that? We do. It's lovely. All right. And okay, so then here's where I want to do some loading and unloading. Something I think like this. I don't even really know. I've got no idea, honestly, how high big these trains are going to go. So let's just see that. Now, how much rail do I have? One of these could definitely be rail, so we don't have to go all the way back. So we've still got 40 left. Okay, we've used a stack. There's no doubt about that, and we're going to need more to actually complete this. Yeah, there we go. We're out up there. All right. So we'll leave that running, and we'll get some more metal rail being built. What's your problem? You're actually waiting on iron. You're waiting on iron. You're kind of to a point where the supply of iron is, well, as soon as that backs up, it'll all just go in here, and we'll actually have ample amounts, which will be fine. And then you're feeding into here. Yeah, that's kind of keeping up. And the metal rail is just building as it can. All right. We still have you grabbing wooden rails. And you're making wooden rails because you don't have any wooden planks. Where are you getting wooden planks from? This guy over here. This guy over here. May not be sufficient for our needs anymore. Let's get you to pick up some planks and drop them off here. And what I'll do is I'll set your drop off so you're not constantly running. We'll hold until empty. So you'll get as many planks as you can, but then you'll stay here until you've actually gotten rid of all your planks. So this way, if we get a lot more planks, then we won't be sort of overdoing it. Right. We'll bump up some of the numbers. And again, I mentioned this previously. You got to be careful. Like suddenly, all of a sudden, you're using all your workers, and life gets a little bit tough then. All right. Okay. We've got our another 28 rail built. Can we get over there? Yeah. All right. Okay. It would be nice. It would be nice for my own kind of benefit if we could just make you there do that. Yeah. There we go. That's a bit more even, isn't it? That's even. Beautiful. All right. Nice bit of symmetry. Yeah, look, maybe next time I'd flatten this whole thing down. I wonder what happens if you flatten that down with the water. No, the water's... That's not water. Okay. All right. Now, we still have 6 more of these, so we can run something down to here, and then what we'll do is we'll do that. Whew. Oh boy, all right. So, if we build a silo down here, that is, say, facing that way. I don't know if facing actually matters, but then we build a rail unloader, and we set limit on this to mana crystals. Mana crystals, all right. And then we'll have a train doing mana crystals, circling around, grabbing mana crystals. What do we actually need to make a locomotive? We actually can now. Oh, the one thing I forgot is that this needs fueling. Okay. I can, for whatever reason, I can put it here. So it needs water and it needs fuel. There is a pump. I'm sure there's a pump. Water pump. What does this do? Uses steam power to produce a large amount of water. We have not got any steam at the moment. Produces steam, can be routed with steam pipes to other production buildings. Steam power, I'm guessing, will require fuel. Is this the only coal? That is coal, okay. We could produce some steam over here, make a water pump, or we could just put a well. I mean, this is the thing. I don't know how much water this is going to use. If I build a well here, and then we connect this up with pipes. I think this will fill this silo with water. It does. Yep. Yep. All right. So there is the water we need for it. We get a water shrine and fuel. So it wants coal. So we can put some fueling over on this side. And honestly, I'm just going to be a little cheeky with this, and I'm just going to run a chute all the way over there because why wouldn't we? They're cheap and effective. Thing is blocked. Why are you blocked? Because I like my orthogonal setups. Let's cut down these trees. Well, we can continue you onto there. See if you go in. You do. Okay, perfect. That is perfect. Big setup. It's a big setup just for mana crystals, but like I said, we'll try and utilize this for other things as well. All right. And okay, for that one, I don't actually know if they need to be straight at all. And then we'll just bring you back down and around. We can make modifications to this as needed. All right. So we now have fuel. If you are running this way, what's going to happen? Are you going to fuel up? It did not look like you fueled up. Add a metal mine cart. Oh, that's actually very nice. We can just build it directly onto this. So let's add a boxcar. And what's in that boxcar? 50 mana crystals? Mana shards? Ooh. Mana shards. Okay. We're going to have to turn them into something. But that's like significantly quicker. Unfortunately, I'm going to be too late for this, aren't I? Okay. And it did water up, and yeah, the fuel. I was actually not looking at the fuel before. I was looking at water. Okay. And this has 100 water, and this is going okay for... We'll keep an eye on this. So, we need... Is there a way to tell you to stay here, hold until empty? Which is actually not what we want. That's very interesting. It is okay for now. It's okay for now. And it does look like it's just when the front of the train crosses that it goes. All right. I do like all this stuff here. So we can set... we can change the load and load. Okay, that's good. Our logic connections. Oh man, I'm very, very interested in trying that out in the near future. It is just raining outside, so I'm wondering if my mic setup is going to filter that out. Do let me know if you can hear the rain, or whether we've managed to get some nice noise gate action. Anyway, here we are. We now have mana shards. If I wanted to build mana crystals, mana crystal blocks, mana purification. All right, there must be a research that we probably don't have access to. Mana purification. There we go. Required for mana bricks and magical tome knowledge 1. So this is, I guess, where we'll be using our train. Now, I am now going to set this as hold to empty. Yeah, we already have, because I don't want this train to be constantly running once there's 100 shards here. So let's have a look to see whether he just waits here. And yes, okay, perfect. We need even put a mine cart on there, metal mine cart. Yeah, this is okay. I'm really excited about this. Tank car and hopper car. Lots of things. All right. And it's also, we're going to get access to some of these other resources around here if we wanted it. But that I digress, because we wanted to make some other things. And I'm just looking at some iron. I guess over here is still the best spot. If I wanted to make some metal conveyor belts. I think we need both a workshop and a machine shop. So a machine shop can make the gears and can make the metal conveyor belts. All right, all right. So all we need is to do this again. And then we can make our metal. And because we've got this here, which gives us our bonus, we definitely want to have this kind of set out over in this direction. All right, so we'll have you over here. We need a road coming to you. We will need this guy, something like that, and this guy, something like that. And then we can have our double road coming out this way, which can then, this can continue on for a ways. We just need to figure out a way to fuel this guy. Yeah. All right. One plate, and you're just making metal conveyor belts, because we are going to be using probably a lot of them at some point. So I think having one guy just pumping these out is going to be good. Unfortunately, this barn is full, so I guess we put a barn over this side. That, so that you get happy. Okay, let's set this up like that and that, and then a grabber. Grabs out here, gives us that. Now you need some fuel. We've got plenty of trees up here. That's probably what we'll do. And when I say probably, it is exactly what. Right. So let's get this set up over here with conveyor belts there. Then we just, like, this is right up on a hill, so that's probably fine. Build a forester right here. We'll bring a road up to it. Then it is connected. That's right, we got this guy. This is where we need to be building, because we have this forestry town center over here, and we can move that town center, because this has expanded, hasn't it? If we were to move this kind of here, maybe not there. Can't build on uneven terrain. Move it to there. Get you hooked up. And get you with your mining specialty. It's perfect. And that'll hit all of these guys. Okay. And now we want something to come out here. And then to cross the road here. We want it to cross over the road here. That's our only requirement. So if we build a chute here, it should automatically get the corners right. We've got to get the corners right. So we need a straight piece going that direction there. Then we want to go like this and touch on there. Oops, not like that. Wrong. Can't afford. We don't have enough planks. Aha. Because we've got so much support required. Yeah. Okay, change of plans. We shouldn't need so much support if we run it along the ground. For a ways. Alright, bear with me as I try and get this right. Start here and we run along the ground, then it should... Yeah. It'll just build the support it needs. Remember, we can't go uphill. Can't go uphill with one of these. And then you're outputting wood, and now you will have fire. And you will start producing aid. Which requires just a ton of iron. And actually, I won't start yet until we add gears to that list. So, you're producing... we knock this up to 1 a second. Then you are using 2 every 3 seconds. So that's 1 every 1.5 seconds. That's actually pretty much right. But if we add another one, what happens to this? Well, I've obviously done the math wrong. This is now using 2 every 3-ish seconds. What do we say? You're producing 1 every second. Okay, I mean, my head's in the right space because obviously I'm doing the math wrong, but it does seem like we could put a bit more in here, but we are. All right. And look at that, we have two metal conveyor belts, which are much faster. All right, we have a train. We have a train going. Let's. I mean, we can give it a name. We can give it a name. Manashard Express. Go. Signal tags. Manashards? No, let's not put a plural. Let's just say Manashard. What I'm really looking for is its ability to. Oh, hang on now. This. Okay. This is. We can turn. So this is the. Okay. So this is the Manashard. This is the boxcar. We don't actually want. Definitely don't want nothing. Item filters. Where's the everything? None. There we go. All right. This is the filter on the train in general. This is the filter on specifically this boxcar. So if we add other boxcars, we want them to be able to carry other things. Right. So this is not the Manashard Express. This is the Northern Express. Because for some reason I'm calling that north. I don't think there is a north-south, no compass at all, but whenever I start up, that seems to be pointing north. I think that was when we first started, so that's okay. Let's get rid of the signal tags at all, because I do want to. There are railroad controls, barrier gates. Let's just place one here and let's just have a quick look. That is our ability to delete. We can connect it to logic, and we can set it. You can just click the value and actually set it. But that doesn't actually change that value. All right. How do we build logic? A thing for logic. Logistics blocks. So we've got one way. This is what's available. Priority sorter. Prioritizes items passing straight through ahead of those entering from the sides. Interesting. That we're not doing mixed belts, so that kind of is a bit funny. There's some very interesting things. Can you put a splitter? Okay. But you can send trains in different directions. I'm wondering. Matching items to take the specified path direction. Oh man. Okay. There is a lot more logistics, and then the compute blocks which are locked behind, and this is where we start getting into inventory sensors, which is what, yeah, I think, see, something like that I can see an immediate use for it, where we say, okay, if it's running low on fuel, move it somewhere. If its inventory is full, maybe we can tell it to move somewhere and wait. I'm trying to think of like how to emulate the train depots of Factorio, because this is the biggest problem with a train system like this. Either this train is just constantly running while it's full to enable other trains to also use these sections, or you need to be able to find a way to park it somewhere when it is full and not needed. So, for instance, can we set up a signal that says if this mana crystals is above 80, then this guy needs to go a certain way, and then when it gets above, say below 50, tell him to move again. Those kind of conditions. I just don't even know. Don't even know yet. Railroad controls. So that's the only control we have available. Fuel loader? Is that what this is? This is a rail loader. Okay, let's make sure that this is set correctly. What's the difference? Fuel loader. If I turn that off, does that become a fuel loader? Okay, yeah. So it is the same. It is add a logic link. Add a logic link. Controls none. Add. Don't have we've seen that. That's the compute block icon. So we do know we don't have access to that. So we definitely want to get to that real quick, which does mean we need to make antidotes. I think that's what we're going to be doing next episode. We're going to be doing antidotes because I am so desperate to get to the logistics, the computing kind of side of things, because it's something that I haven't experienced yet in the game. The tutorials definitely, I mean, I feel like I spent a lot more time than this, although, I feel like I spent a lot more time than this, but we're up to like, I don't know what it was, this episode 7 or 8. I've even lost count, so it's probably like 4 or 5 hours. So I think it's longer than I spent on tutorial 4, but yeah, man, my mind is abuzz with the possibilities. I'm really excited to see what the logistics, the computational stuff has to offer, the logic networks. But we need to get to tech level 6 before we can unlock it. And even then, it's probably going to require a whole bunch of industry research points. Just think like, we can't do it now, can we? Yeah. Ooh. No, we can. It's 2,000. We don't even need to tech up. We need 2,000 industry research points. Okay. Well, that gives us a kind of clear focus. We might have to ramp up our production of these guys. So as you can see, it's real slow. And I mean, we are trying to spread this across multiple things. Maybe we need to specialize a few areas for research. And I think that's an even better use of our time next episode, because we are, of course, out of time for this episode. As always, I want to say a massive thank you to my amazing patrons, and I'll catch you next time.